We've all been there, staring at a looming deadline, yet finding ourselves inexplicably drawn to anything but the task at hand. This phenomenon, known as procrastination, is far more than just laziness. It's a deeply ingrained behavioral pattern driven by emotional and cognitive factors, often leading to increased stress, diminished productivity, and a cycle of guilt. Understanding the underlying mechanisms and diverse manifestations of procrastination is the first critical step toward effectively overcoming it. This is Shadow, and let me help you understand your laziness. At its core, procrastination is the voluntary delay of an intended course of action despite foreseeing potential negative consequences. It's a self-defeating behavior where short-term emotional relief takes precedence over long-term goals. While it might provide momentary comfort by avoiding a stressful task, this temporary reprieve often comes at a significant cost, leading to increased pressure, subpar work, and negative self-perception. Procrastination isn't a monolithic experience. It manifests in various forms. Arousal procrastination, characterized by waiting until the last minute, often driven by the belief that one works better under pressure. Avoidant procrastination. This form is fueled by fear, be it fear of failure, fear of success, or discomfort with the task itself. Perfectionist procrastination, driven by an extreme fear of making mistakes or not meeting impossibly high standards. Hedonistic procrastination, voluntarily postponing tasks in favor of more enjoyable or immediately gratifying activities. The reasons we procrastinate are complex, weaving together psychological, emotional, and neurological threads. A primary driver of procrastination is the brain's innate desire to avoid pain and seek pleasure. When a task evokes negative emotions such as boredom, frustration, anxiety, or feelings of inadequacy, our brains often prioritize immediate mood repair over engaging with the discomfort. The present self often prioritizes short-term pleasure over the long-term benefits for the future self. We frequently misjudge how long or difficult a task will be, leading to unrealistic planning and subsequent delays. And I think this is the most common reason we delay. If a task seems uninteresting, overwhelming, or lacks clear personal value, it becomes easier to defer. In our modern world, constant notifications and accessible entertainment provide powerful dopamine hits that can easily hijack our attention and reinforce delaying behaviors. Neuroscientists highlight that procrastination is often a self-regulation failure rooted in how our brain's reward systems interact with emotional regulation. Understanding these underlying causes is pivotal to developing targeted strategies for change. While procrastination offers a fleeting sense of relief, its long-term costs are substantial, impacting mental health, productivity, relationships, and even physical well-being. What begins as a moment of avoidance often spirals into increasing stress and anxiety, especially as deadlines loom. This pressure triggers a cycle of self-reproach, where you criticize yourself for not starting sooner. That inner voice, "Why didn't I just begin earlier?" echoes louder with each passing hour. Over time, this pattern can leave behind more than missed opportunities. It can create a lingering sense of regret, a haunting "what if" that shadows your confidence and motivation in future challenges. Tasks done at the last minute often suffer in quality and demand more energy, leading to reduced productivity. Over time, this delay habit can cause missed opportunities, from career growth to personal development, and may even damage your professional reputation, as others begin to see you as unreliable. Meanwhile, the chronic stress of unfinished tasks and looming deadlines can take a toll on your physical health, triggering issues like insomnia, weakened immunity, and burnout. But no worries, like everything else in life, procrastination has a cure, a solution. Work with these rules to beat procrastination. Make them your strategies for success. Overcoming procrastination involves a combination of practical strategies and a shift in mindset. First thing you do is starting small and aim to build momentum. The 2-minute, 5-minute rule. Tasks that takes less than 2 minutes. Do it immediately. Aim to commit on a dreaded task for just 5 minutes. And when dealing with large, overwhelming tasks, you break them into smaller pieces. This makes the task seem less daunting and easier to begin. Minimize distractions. Turn off notifications and create a dedicated workspace. Tackle your most important task first to free up mental energy. Set clear, achievable goals and schedule your work using time blocks. If you're stuck, try the nothing alternative. Sit quietly with no distractions until the task becomes the better option. These strategies help shift your environment and mindset toward consistent action. It's also important to handle both your emotions and your mindset. Start by noticing any fear, stress, or discomfort tied to a task, and remind yourself that these feelings are temporary. Using calming techniques like deep breathing or mindfulness can help you move forward. Building daily routines makes starting tasks easier and more automatic, while setting deadlines or sharing your goals with someone adds accountability and motivation. Finally, celebrating small wins along the way keeps your energy up and reinforces progress, making it easier to stay consistent. Psychologists like Fuchsia Sirois emphasize that procrastination is fundamentally about emotion regulation. It's a way of managing immediate negative moods rather than a lack of self-control. This perspective shifts the focus from blaming oneself for laziness to understanding the underlying emotional triggers. Neuroscientists explain that procrastination involves a conflict between our brain's immediate reward system and our long-term planning capabilities. The present self seeks immediate pleasure and avoids discomfort, often overriding the future self's rational goals. Productivity experts like James Clear advocate for strategies that minimize the friction of starting. His 2-minute rule is a prime example. We have also Mel Robbins' 5-second rule, counting down 5-4-3-2-1 and acting. Similarly aims to bypass overthinking and initiate action. The core dilemma of procrastination lies in the immediate gratification it offers versus the delayed, often amplified, negative consequences. While delaying a task might alleviate temporary discomfort. So, is procrastination a sign of laziness? No, experts widely agree that procrastination is not a sign of laziness. Instead, it's primarily an emotion regulation problem. It indicates a struggle with managing negative feelings like anxiety, boredom, or fear associated with a task, rather than an unwillingness to work. How quickly can one overcome chronic procrastination? Overcoming chronic procrastination is a process that requires consistent effort and self-awareness. While some strategies like the 2-minute rule can provide immediate relief and build momentum, lasting change involves identifying and addressing underlying emotional triggers, building new habits, and practicing self-compassion. It's a journey, not a quick fix. Procrastination is a universal human experience, but it doesn't have to be a permanent state. By reframing our understanding of procrastination from a moral failing to an emotion regulation challenge, we can approach it with greater self-compassion and effectiveness. So guys, hope this will help and made a difference in you. It really opens the mind to understand the roots of any situation. Better understanding means better solving. If you like it, then hit the like button. Subscribe to get more enlightening videos. See you later. Take care.